Welcome, everyone, to another episode of Uncle Garrett.
And Aunt May.
Thank you for joining us. Today we have a video called Mistakes Fighting with Your Loved Ones. So we are going to show a couple of examples, a good and bad, or we'll let you decide, and a little bit of analysis. Hey, wife and kids, guess what Dad got for y'all?
What?
I got tickets for the kids to Camp Awesome. This is the summer camp where kids have so much fun they don't even know they're learning. Here, look at these brochures.
Ooh. How much is it?
Oh, it's only $1,200 per child. That was a really good deal. They're normally like $2,000.
Oh, no. Our budget is so tight. We don't have this kind of money. Go ahead to return it right now.
No, the kids are going to love it, and it's going to be so good for them. Besides, part of the reason I got such a great discount is they're not refundable.
What? Oh, I can't believe you're such an idiot. $1,600? You don't even think of calling me, discuss it with me first? What's wrong with you?
Well, I mean, you were busy, and I thought because you loved your kids that you would want this for them.
Oh, I can't wrap my head. I don't know why I married you and why you're such a stupid person. $600. That's way out of our budget. How are we going to pay for it?
Well,
tell me.
It's no big deal. Calm down. I mean, they're called credit cards, honey. We just finished paying off our credit card balances, so carrying another balance, a smaller one, for a little while is no big deal. So quit being so hysterical. The last couple, they're still fighting, but we've tuned out. To give you another example of another couple. Hi, wife and kids. Guess what Dad got for y'all? I got tickets for the kids for Camp Awesome. This is such a great camp. The kids have so much fun they don't even realize they're learning. Look at these brochures. I'm sure you're all going to love it.
Wow. Honey, this look expensive. How much is it?
Oh, well, yeah, it is a bit much. It's $3,600 for all three kids.
Oh, really?
But it's 2 weeks.
Oh, really?
It's a very good deal. I got a great discount on it.
Oh, my goodness. Honey, I know you made this decision because you really love our kids, want the best for them. I appreciate you for that. But you also know that we already made our budget. And it's so tight. We don't have this kind of luxury spends. And another thing, do you remember that we both agree that for the big items, we only buy it after we discuss and agree together? So, honey, I'm stressed, and would you please return them?
Oh, I'm sorry, honey. Unfortunately, they're not refundable. That was part of the reason I got a discount, and I realize now, yes, I did fail to honor our agreement that I would discuss these larger purchases with you beforehand. I want to really apologize for making you feel stressed, and I didn't really think enough about our budget. But I take responsibility for that. I'll find a way to make up for that budget shortfall without hurting anything else.
Oh, thank you, honey. Thank you for being so bravery and admit your fault. Um, if you can make up for the budget, that would be good. But how?
Well, I'm thinking out loud here, but um, I can start with, maybe I can skip the gifts that I usually get for birthday and anniversary and Christmas, and I can just skip all those. Oh, and I can cancel a bunch of golf games. Those are expensive, and that'll save a lot. And maybe for the rest, I know your dad always wants help around the shop.
Yes, he does.
Maybe I can work some weekends and make up for the rest of it with that.
I can tell your heart is really in a good place, honey, to help our kids. But I'm not sure if this is a good plan because our kids need their dad at the weekend, maybe more than the summer camp. And I do want my husband being around too.
Yeah, I appreciate that. But I got an idea.
Okay.
I can do all that work in the shop and maybe at least most of it on the weekends the kids are at the summer camp.
That
So
will
then
work.
they won't miss me.
That will work.
And besides that, since I've canceled the golf games, I'm going to be around in the weekend a lot more.
Huh. That actually sounds pretty good. In that case, the kids would have a fun learning summer camp, and we all have more time with daddy, family time, and I don't have to worry for the budget. Thanks for sacrifice. And you know what touched me more and make me feel happy about this thing is that it actually revealed that you're a great husband, that you take responsibility to your mistakes. And I like your apology too. That's very nice. And I love your solution. It's kind of really good to put all things together. You know what, honey? I want to show some love and support too. I will cancel my birthday and Christmas gifts so that maybe we could still have some budget for our anniversary gifts for each other. Because I do want to show love at an anniversary.
Oh, that sounds nice.
And one more thing is that I think the kids will really love to know that both parents made a sacrifice for the summer camp. We're happy to know it.
That sounds good. I really appreciate that. Thank you.
Uh-huh. Oh, but one thing I kind of don't really understand is that you're a very careful shopper, prudent person. Spending $3,600 without even calling me is kind of unusual for you. What happened?
Well, I have had my eye on that for a while, and I knew it was a good one. But in hindsight, I realized that I probably caved into some high-pressure sales tactics and, the immediate purchase and no refund. And I think I was a little cajoled there, and I feel kind of embarrassed about that. I don't know.
Oh, once again, thank you for telling me your weakness. Now you have two problems. One is failed to honor your agreement. Another is too weak to say no to the sales pitch. So how are you going to improve those things?
Maybe you join Shopaholics Anonymous.
Would that work?
I don't know. I have a serious idea, though.
Okay.
I know the Uncle Garrett and Aunt May channel have a video called The King of Life Hacks.
Oh, they made a new video.
Yeah, they tell you how to reprogram your subconscious. So maybe I can learn how to not give in to sales pressure so easily.
That just sounds really interesting. I would like to watch with you. I really love Uncle Garen and May channel too.
Okay.
So we're not very self-serving here.
Shameless plug. So, all right. So now you have two examples. We'll call the first example the fighting couple, and the second example the loving couple.
Sounds good.
And so let's think about what went well and what went wrong. So let's start with the
Loving husband?
let's start with the loving husband.
Okay.
What did he do right?
He admits and show his flaws and weakness. That's a very humble and a brave thing. Most people want to hide it. It's only the truly have strong internal strength person can do so. And he also take responsibility to fix it without causing the family budget problem, cause wife stressed. And he also made a really nice apology, so the wife feel much relief of the stress.
Yeah. So, however, on the other hand, the fighting husband.
Want to insert one more about
Okay.
the loving
Go ahead.
husband. That is his solution so wonderful, beautiful, and that encourage the wife to make the same decision to support him, sacrifice. So that's just really unify the whole family.
Right. So back to the fighting husband. What did he do
Yeah.
wrong? So first of all, he has first and foremost some toxic pride,
I agree.
and his pride didn't let him even consider that he's done something wrong, and
or
in
he was
fact,
being fooled.
He just wants to fight back, and he puts all his energy into trying to convince his wife he's good and smart.
Yeah, he's loving, and using the strategy of you're not loving the kids because you don't want this summer camp for the kids to
Right.
fight back, and
Right.
that's not great.
Yeah, trying to manipulate his wife into changing the subject off of him and blaming her instead.
Yeah, fight back to avoid discuss his issue.
Right. And also it's preventing him from seeing the problem, and so therefore he's going to probably repeat those same mistakes again in the future
Yeah,
because he's not learning.
yeah. Although he said he loves the kids, but the reality is by broke the budget, and that means every kid's future budget will be squeezed, tightened. So
Right.
his mistake in reality caused his children and wife suffer
Right.
financially.
Exactly. So how about the loving wife? So one of the things she did have some negative feedback for her husband, but she did that in a way where she couched it in between positive feedback. So she kind of made a positivity sandwich, and you might think that it reduces the criticism and reduces its effect, but what it does in fact is make the receiver more receptive to the negative feedback. So another thing the loving wife did was she complimented him and built him up after he admitted some fault and took responsibility for that, because in reality that is the really strong thing to do. That's the bravest thing to do, is to admit fault and responsibility. And when the wife acknowledges that and builds her husband up from that, that strengthens the bonds.
And the trust.
And another great thing the loving wife did was she made sure there was an agreement in place beforehand, so that they wouldn't have to fight about, who's right or who agreed or who didn't agree. Or
let's look at a fighting wife, and she's smart, and she saw the husband's problems right away. Her problem is that she didn't hold back her emotions. Instead, she let her emotions drop from stress to angry, and then quickly down to brutally insulting her husband. That, in reality, is actually inviting her husband to switch his position from defending himself to fighting back to her.
Right. And she did so with name calling and insults.
Yeah, very much so.
That are just unnecessary.
Yeah.
It's important to realize, especially if you have kids now, that you need to be more like the loving couple as much and as soon as possible. That's because your kids are downloading programs from you. Your stimulus response will become their stimulus response. And that can be very great for the kids or very bad, because they're going to handle relationship conflicts just like you did. So it's important to resolve conflict in front of your kids. You want to give them the best subconscious programming that you possibly can. So that's why I won't say fight in front of your kids. Resolve conflict in front of your kids, and do so in the manner of the loving couple. And that will give them very powerful tools to use in their future relationships.
If the parents are not, the parents can't handle the conflicts as a loving couple, we would say hold back the timing of discussing your conflict. So you better do it when your kids are in the piano class or swimming pool, and so you can just talk between you two alone. And when you hold back that time, you can also have the time to practice the hack you learned from the King of the Life Hack video of how to use visualization to respond the ideal way you like. And also that the time will give you to think about the root problems and the questions you should ask to understand your spouse more, and the potential nice solutions you can bring up to discuss.
Yeah. Whatever you do, don't do it when the kids are even in the same house with you.
Oh,
yeah. There have been sometimes couples will think, well, they can just go to the bedroom and fight, or the study or whatever.
Lock the door.
Not let the kids in. But the fact is, the kids still hear you.
The kids are always curious.
Yeah, they're probably right outside your door listening and getting very concerned and worried and upset
disturbed,
themselves.
Yeah. Although they couldn't hear your words, but they can hear the tone of your voice, your anger.
Right.
And I know people that even when they grew up 60 years old, they are so afraid of marriage they never marry.
Well, thank you for listening to us. I hope this helps, as usual, helps a lot. And if you know someone who might benefit from it, share it with them. And like, share, subscribe. And thanks for listening. And until next time, this is Uncle Garrett.
And this is Aunt May.
Goodbye.
Thanks for watching. Goodbye.